Okay, so why are all these programs that you see on popular websites for women, where it'll be like, hey, use this to, you know, tone your butt, or use this to burn belly fat, use this to burn back fat, all that type of stuff. Why are those mostly bullshit? So to start out, let me explain what calories are. So calories are a unit of measure for energy. 1 calorie is the amount of energy it takes to raise 1 gram of water 1 degree Celsius. So that's what a calorie is. It's measuring how much energy a certain food has to provide to the body. So really what fat burning is let's say I eat or I do a workout and it burns 400 calories, right? And I haven't had anything to eat that day. So the body is going to need energy to restore the calories that I burn. So it's going to start pulling energy from the fat stores around the body and use those for energy. That's burning calories. It's burning the fat into calories. So, you know, like a gram of fat has 9 calories in that gram of fat. So it's high in calories, right? So then let's say you eat 400 grams. Now you're at, you know, a net zero gain or loss. You've replenished that. So the body doesn't need to burn any fat from the food that you ate, if that makes sense. You've restored it. It doesn't have to burn any fat. Those are its reserves. So it's good to go, right? And so that's where kind of knowing how much energy you're using in a day and how much energy you're eating in a day is very important. Because those things like fat and carbs, if you're eating too much of them, or if you're eating more of them than your body's burning, now you're in a calorie surplus. So you're eating more calories than your body is burning. It's going to get stored as fat. It doesn't matter what kind of food it is. If it's extra, it's going to get stored as fat. It could be avocados. It could be grapes. It doesn't matter. If you're eating more of that energy than your body's using, it's getting stored as fat. So these workouts are telling you, you know, you can do these things, but like a glute kickback, for one thing, does hardly anything to the muscle. Even if eventually you feel a burn, it's not forcing that muscle to adapt. So you're not going to grow anything just doing, you know, a donkey kickback with your leg or whatever. You have to overload it with weight, for one thing. And second thing, you know, you could do 1,000 of those probably, and the body's, you know, you'll burn some energy doing that, but it's not that efficient. So you're not going to be able to spot reduce. Like, the body's not going to pick where it gets the fat from to fuel that workout. To some extent, I guess if you did like thousands of them, there's some research showing that it has a little bit of an effect, but it's not enough to be worth it or meaningful for an average person. So, you know, most women store fat in their like thighs, butt, chest. Men, it's usually the gut, love handles area. So those will usually be the first places that, if you're really dramatically losing weight, that start losing size first. So, but it's basically the only thing you can do is get into a calorie deficit, eat less calories than you're burning a day, and the whole body's going to lose fat. So it's finding exercises that are going to work the body the hardest, give you the most room to add more weight, things like that. That's where you're going to get your best results. And for women especially, lifting heavier weights is going to be the best way to do that. It's very, very difficult for women to get bulky because they don't have high levels of testosterone, which is the primary hormone for muscle building. So, you know, women can work out just as hard, if not harder, than men, and not have to worry about getting too bulky or anything like that, because they just don't have, you know, the hormones. Not to mention, if you're eating a calorie deficit, it's not going to do that anyways. You're just going to burn fat, and you're going to burn more, so you're just going to, you know, get smaller. You'd have to eat so much food to get big. It just is ridiculous. So hopefully that helps.